clap though?
Alright.
Austin has the clap.
That's what it's.
Listen, that's why I'm here. Alright, we got things we got to
Offset, calm down.
Offset.
He's like the calm one of you guys, huh? It's like the...
He's the
That's-
sensible one.
don't you want me to?
Okay.
Alright, are we going? Are we going? Alright, here we go. I got the clap.
Ooh.
Right,
We're
here.
so childish. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kate Coates. Oh,
Wait,
shit.
like you say.
You were serious too. I'm like, she was on point.
Right, just wait a couple seconds. That way, like, yeah, there's no like. Alright, here we go.
With my God.
See, I ain't no idol, I'm a lighthouse, I set everybody free.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kate Cola
It's Marcel.
And Austin.
and our special guest, Abby De La Rosa.
Hello.
I love her name. It's so cute.
And we are Who Hurt You, where we talk about the clap.
Oh! I wasn't ready for that because he just
what?
said the clap.
The
She always likes to start these episodes off so
Love.
extra. Because every time we start, I gotta clap so that we could get all synced up. And now I got the clap apparently. And I just met her and she had to sit next to me. And it's like, wow.
What else do we talk about, guys?
Love.
Relationships.
Okay. I'm fine.
Healing.
Narcissism.
Narcissism.
That's what we're talking about today, guys. Narcissism.
Yes.
Yes. So I brought my good friend here to share her story.
Hello.
So Abby, who hurt you?
I always forget that.
No names.
Yeah, we
No
say no,
names.
girl.
No
We don't want
names.
to, unless they really trifling and you really want to.
Only
No, but
addresses
this was
impossible.
really trifling. I
Ooh.
felt like I was in a like the whole situation was just very not even nightmares. It was like a movie. It just everything was a movie.
Like a horror movie?
Yeah, but I was
Like rated R?
Like rated.
Or not rated?
No, like not rated. Yeah. I was in a relationship for 4 years with someone and I really didn't even know who I was with. So
By
yeah,
the end of
exactly. That's everybody's faces. I was
So
like,
does
what?
everybody here know what a narcissist is? Do you guys?
Do you have the
Break it down.
technical
Let's-
definition for
Do I
it?
have the clinical?
Does she have one queued up?
Crazy.
I have my handy dandy iPhone here. No, but I mean, basically, a narcissist is someone who lacks empathy. Someone who typically is like really charming in the beginning. They're handsome. Someone who's super fun and smart, and then they just send you for a whirlwind. They kind of reel you in, and they don't give a fuck about your feelings. They're constantly blaming you for shit, even though they're the ones doing shit. They have this entitlement issue. And what they say about narcissists is that it's something that not that you're born with, but something that you learn. So as you go through your childhood, things that happen to you as a child cause you to become this way. And so they are very cold, they get angry really easily, and they say you can't change them, or it's really rare to change them.
It's impossible to change them or to even make them feel any type
Until
of
they start taking
way.
responsibility, right?
But that's like
they really
that's
don't.
impossible.
But like you just said, if it's a learned thing, it can be
Yeah,
unlearned.
maybe it's like a phase in life.
So,
Nothing is impossible, but I feel like somebody who does deal with narcissism, it's very difficult for them to even take responsibility of.
well, tell us about your experience. What did this guy do? What happened? Like, how did this narcissism play out in your relationship?
You know what's funny is that I feel like when you're with just a dude in general, like, okay, you learn things as you go throughout a relationship, but with narcissists, I feel like they really do hold an underlining different life almost. When you close your eyes, when you turn your back, it's almost like you don't really know the secrets that they're hiding. For the longest, I never knew how he made his income. He just would always dance around the subject and just different things, right? So I of course, being in love and being dick with.
Wait, how long were you together?
4 years.
Wait.
But how long?
4 years.
How long were you? So you didn't know
4
for
years.
4 years.
For 4 years.
The
He
whole
never told you
time.
the whole time? about his money?
I did the last year because of the job that he had recently got, but for 3 years before that, I never knew how he made his money. Or
You know,
how that
that's
paid
really
his-
interesting that you say that, because it was similar with my ex. He claims to be a private person, but I'm starting to see that there's like a common thread with this, where like, because they don't like to be exposed, or they say that they don't want people in their business, but really it's because they're doing shady shit, and
Well,
they don't.
key point to that. I was watching Steve Harvey's show one time, and an audience member said she was married for 20 years to her husband.
Yes,
Had no
I've
idea
seen
what her
that
husband did to make a
I've
living.
seen that.
Said he had a nice house, everything's
20
paid
years.
for.
Yes.
And she ain't never met none of his coworkers, colleagues, any of that. And Steve was like, "You're a drug dealer." So
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, when you're doing shifty, shady things,
Yeah.
a real smart person don't say nothing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was always the quiet type, so I just always gave it to him. Like, okay, he's the quiet type. He doesn't.
Plus, you
really
didn't want the
speak.
DA to like come in.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
he was like, "I'm just cute driving and looking cute, spending
what's-
money." I
what's-
don't know.
He was never flashy or like flossy. Never.
You're a real
never.
one.
So I just kind of like went with the flow, and I was like, I love this dude. I'm just gonna kind of take him for what
You're a
he
real one, like
is,
El Chapo's
and-
wife. She has never seen anything.
Yeah, I didn't see
So
nothing.
he's never heard a fly.
So do you know now what he does?
I mean, yeah, because of now the position
Everything.
he's in, it's kind of like
Okay.
it was in my face then, so he couldn't not deny it.
Yeah.
But even with that, towards the end, his job title kept switching and kept like it just was the it's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest
So
thing.
was he living like a whole other life that you didn't know about?
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like with women, always our intuition never lies to
Yeah.
us.
Very true.
Yeah.
So when our gut intuition, like I gave this dude all access into my life, and
Which we always do. I did the
always
same
do.
thing.
I was like,
'Cause you
here's my
love them.
Instagram,
Ooh.
here's my Twitter,
Oh,
here's
wow.
everything.
You rich?
Exactly.
Wait a minute, but you didn't know.
Exactly.
Girl,
I know.
why are you so okay? You know what?
You know
that's the one
why?
side. That's one-sided though.
But see, I feel like for myself,
Yeah.
it was just constantly making excuses because I felt like I really love this dude, and we had talked. And being persuasive, that's also, or being manipulated and
That
being
is their
told,
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, oh, we're gonna get married. Oh, I'm out of town, but I want you to have my kids and this and that. It's like you really
Girl.
stop and think. Like, okay.
Why do they always want us to have their kids?
Ooh,
So that you're tied to them so they can
That is
control you in
red
some
flag.
way.
Yeah.
That is red flag number one.
Number one.
I can't tell you how many guys have told me right off the bat, I want you to have my baby. I want you to have my
Ooh,
baby.
don't do
I
it.
want to get
It's like, Dad,
married.
just practice first.
And then when
Right?
you
Can we
get
just
pregnant,
practice, please?
and that's one thing that you said that kind of triggered something that I remembered with narcissism is one of the things when you're dealing with a narcissist as a woman or just anyone in general, they're really insecure. So when you're with someone who's super insecure and you love them and you want things to work out, like she said, she was giving up her passcodes. You're trying to make your man just feel secure,
Yeah.
and
But
you think
question.
as a woman that that's something that you should
Sorry to
do.
interject. Did he give his codes back to you?
No.
Yeah, and
So that's when
So-
there was a particular trip that he had went on because he traveled a lot for his job, and my gut intuition was just like freaking out. I just started calling him, and I just remember him ignoring me, and finally he picked up, and I was like, I need your passcode. Like, you have my passcodes for everything. Why don't I have not one passcode? I haven't spent a day with you in a year. What's really going on? Yeah, it had just started. Because with his job, I just was always like, okay, when you get a new job, you have to get settled in and you spend all your time. I'm a workaholic, so for me, I would want to spend as much time, especially when I'm first new into whatever realm I'm trying to get
Such
into.
an interesting relationship.
So I kind of just allowed the whole situation to be, okay, I would spend nights with him, but then as soon as like 10 a.m. came, he'd be like, okay, you gotta go, this and that. Like, yeah, it just went, well, because he moved into his boss's house at that
What?
time. Yeah.
Wait.
Exactly.
Look, we.
It just got weird, okay? So then I asked for his passcodes. He ended up giving me a fake one, which happened to be his email password. And that's how I opened Pandora's box. And
Yeah, because we're smart as
We're
women.
smart.
I feel like all of us have this FBI agent in us.
Ooh,
And
yeah, that is true.
All,
I
all
got
we
a
need
friend.
I
is just
found
a
everything.
little bit.
a little bit. We'll
And
take
we
it.
will
You give us
run
we will
with it.
run with it.
Yes.
We will run with it.
Until you lose
You tell
interest.
us-
That's the fucked up part about it. Until you lose interest.
That's the point. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Not until you find what you're looking for. Until you're done with you.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
damn.
It's
Yeah.
real. And I just remember like opening it and just seeing all these different account alerts, like, hey, your account was signed into here, this account, and I'm like, you had a Snapchat for 2 years? You had an account on a dating website for
Ooh.
older women.
Ooh.
You had a
Wait a
chick in Australia. Like these
What's that like though? Can I-
women were endless.
Wait a minute, so he was an escort?
I have no idea. All I
So
can speak on, I still don't even know to this day. I mean, according to him, all these things happened when we weren't together, and I'm always like, when weren't we not together?
That part.
Right.
And
The dates
Yeah, they always have so much time, but yet they're always so busy.
yes.
Oh, I can't stand that. Like, how is someone always so busy?
Right.
That makes
but
no
you have so
sense.
much time to be a hoe.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. So with all that, the way he portrayed himself was like, I'm calm, cool, collected.
Yeah.
And I'm a Scorpio, so
Me too,
my,
Scorpio.
Yeah.
Okay.
the way
What was he?
I work was like
Well, yeah, what was his sign?
Aries. He was an Aries.
Ooh, but no, you know, someone hit me with this one when I said I was a Scorpio. They were like, "What part of the month?" I was like, "Ooh, why does it
yeah,
matter?"
that's true.
I'm the
This is
26th
true.
though, so
Of October?
Yes.
I'm the 25th.
that's
yeah.
the second time that's happened.
Yeah, with
Literally,
Ashley.
because she was a 27.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta.
Yes. I feel like we're a little bit more emotional than November Scorpios. They
Yeah.
move silently, but they'll kill you. Us,
Yeah.
we'll like emotionally.
Well, I'm an emotional
project
mess.
And then be like, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I
I'm an
love
emotional
you.
roller coaster.
Give me a
It's
hug.
literally a roller coaster. Like I'll stab you, then I'll kiss you at the same time. But it's fun.
I won't stab everybody. I'll probably cut the ponytail off and then be like, I'm
I
sorry,
was
like
like,
a
not
Sour
a real
Patch
stab.
Kid. But like it's
But it was like a play stab.
Yeah,
What a-
okay,
what a
okay,
sport.
okay. Yes, but I remember just always like putting my like emotions out there with
Yeah.
it and having everybody kind of see the reaction, but not know.
Because you
what's
want it, because you
going
literally
on.
want. We do shit sometimes. I don't know why we do this shit, but we do this. Like we do shit to get attention from the one person we want. Fuck everybody else that's giving us all the attention, but the one person we want the attention
I
from,
wasn't even
we're
trying
trying
to
to do
get
it to get it
attention.
from him, and you won't even do it.
I just wanted.
I've known you for a while.
Yes, you have.
And she's not like this needy, like I need the like hella attention type. Like she's very confident. You know, she works really hard. So you're like an awesome woman. So I feel like
Aw.
I feel like
That's beautiful.
this guy is just a douche. Like he just genuinely.
I'm just trying to figure out what he did.
I'm trying. Listen.
Yeah. So let's get into details, honey. Let's.
Spill? Not shit.
One thing, listen, ladies, if you're dealing with a narcissist or just somebody who's maybe a sociopath
Ooh.
or
Okay, because there are differences.
there are differences.
They say, I'm not a psychiatrist, but they say sociopaths are born and
Ooh.
narcissists are, so sociopaths are people who, they say like the serial killers. They're closer to psychopaths. They say that all sociopaths are narcissists, but not all narcissists are sociopaths.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
So, yeah, so back to what you were
No,
saying.
I just when it comes to dealing with narcissists and sociopaths, what I know now is stay true to when your gut is telling you something is wrong,
Yeah.
and don't excuse the red flags that you're seeing, because I feel like as women we're always going to try to excuse or try to fix, and you can't change a person, let alone a man.
Yeah.
Number one, but number two, don't approach the women that are a part of this sick triangle, because that's where I got messy with it. I just went and I wanted to talk to every female involved, which was like
Ooh, that's just,
15 to 25 different chicks, and I was like,
Did they know about you?
they didn't.
Okay, so
And,
that's
you
where
know,
it becomes a difference.
You know what's weird
That's-
is that they
yeah.
found out about me later throughout their interactions, I guess. And I, of course, being a girl, a chick, I would always, I had a secret account that I was writing these girls.
Why
from.
you put that?
Because I have to. I'm being honest. I'm being real.
First of all.
Okay,
Wait,
So,
so were
yes.
these other girls just like
Clients?
buddies on the side, or was he having like actual full
They were all
relationships
just
with other people?
factors in his whole fucked up head, I guess. It's weird because in his mind he's justified because he thought I was busting it down at work all the time.
Wow.
Busting it
Everybody.
down?
Wow.
And I'm like, what the
what
fuck
is that?
are you talking about? Like,
But I feel like guys that are narcissists will just say that. Just
They
like
will.
they don't even
He's projecting.
always have to
They
believe it.
will.
They just
That
have to be like,
was
well, you're
it.
probably
Right.
right.
Brandon Lowe, he's Brandon Lowe and landed wise, so he's
I
projecting.
know.
I
know.
literally, my ex like literally just told me that my so-called friends told him that I've never been faithful in a relationship.
So he was fucking one of your
and
friends.
I wanted to be like, why don't you call my exes? Which he would never
That's
do.
what I would always
Because it's like,
say.
what kind of bullshit is that?
to
Like,
my people.
no, I'm not perfect. I have cheated
No one's
before,
perfect.
but
No one's perfect.
I've, for the most part, been faithful in almost every relationship, and I've been cheated on.
I wish I would have cheated.
But
on
that's how
Or leave.
Even
Or
that.
that's
laugh.
how they make
Or
you
laugh.
feel.
Just leave.
Because they make you feel they make you start to question yourself.
Yes.
They start to make you feel like your morals are you're like, wait,
Yeah,
am
I've been
I a
there.
hoe? Wait, am
Yes.
Did I
You over there
wait,
crying in the
was
club,
I flirting
kind
with
of
that
down.
guy?
Oh,
You in
yes.
public crying, shit,
Every
having
time I was out
meltdowns.
with this dude, he would make a problem for everything.
Yes.
If I would see somebody
Yes.
that I know for years
Yes.
in the industry and they greet me and it's quick, like
How
a
do you
quick,
know him?
Hi,
Did you used to
hello.
fuck him?
Why didn't he say what's up to me?
Yep.
I'm the man, like he should greet me
Yep.
first. And I'm like,
Yep.
you just
Back
said
to
you
that
didn't give
insecurity
a
thing.
fuck.
That part.
Yeah. That is so weird.
Yeah.
He would cause scenes
Yep.
everywhere.
I
And
mean, some men, most men, a lot of men are hella dramatic and like extremely
Right.
dramatic.
But people would only see me because my mouth, I would
Yeah.
mouth the fuck outside.
I know,
Like,
right.
fuck you.
Yeah.
You little fight, you spicy.
Yeah. And that goes back to their insecurity. They say that in their childhood they were given things maybe materially, but not emotionally.
Oh,
So
yes.
that feeds their
That makes sense.
entitlement issues, their ego issues, and things like that.
Around him and even his saying constantly, and I have so many. It's funny because it wasn't until recently, a few months, I was going through all the emails, and he's been writing me the same pattern of emails since 2015. I just never really stopped to look.
So,
and be
but you
like,
said a good point earlier. You were dickmatized.
yes,
so.
stigmatized is real. Don't get it
It really
twisted.
is.
I think she
It's
said
very
dick
real.
whipped, which was new to me.
Dick
That's an
whipped,
interesting
dick
one.
whipped. Okay, that dick whip sounds a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds BDSM.
Yes.
Stigmatized.
Yeah, like
more
don't
My
whip my dick. Like,
She was
that
under a
sounds
trance.
Yes,
Because like,
totally
because
under
remember
a trance.
we talked about this last time. Stop, why do we always ignore the signs? Like there were so many red flags. That's why hearing your story,
Because
like,
we think
girl.
we can change them. And so I have to ask you guys, like, have you ever been in a situation where you did really like someone and you maybe were a little shady in the beginning and then you were like, no, I'm gonna take this more serious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna you
Yeah.
have. So it's like, how do you know if someone's gonna change or not? How do
Yeah.
It's like
It's
Was
kind
this
of,
like your first kind of big relationship, or?
Yeah, it was my first real relationship. Like we lived together. We really did everything together. It was.
at what part?
I mean, it within the whole time. Like we lived together for about 2 years, and
So when did you find out about like all of the stuff? Is this prior to living together or after?
after.
Okay, so the
yeah.
first year he was solo.
The first year he was. We were just kind of staying within each other's like homes and just
Okay.
like back and
Back and
forth.
forth, yeah.
And then the last 2 years we had broken up for a majority of months, and then when we got back together, he was, adamant that we come together, and we were cool. Like it
did
was
you
good.
think living together would kind of like tame him or like make
No,
things
because he never gave me the feeling of
that he was doing it.
yeah, like he just always made me feel like it. I don't know. He just would always make me feel like I didn't have to worry about anything. But the way that he would go ghost, like there'd be times where he
Ooh,
would
how long?
be there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, the last time he broke up with me, he didn't even break up with me before all the dramatics. He just stopped answering calls and the door.
What was the timeline?
It was like 30 days.
Oh,
something. Yeah.
ass beat.
And it
I'm
was
sorry.
just so crazy. Like it was so crazy the way it would
That's
just
so
always
horrible.
be like up and down and up and down. And
Yeah.
everything had to be blocked. And then when
Yeah.
he would come back, or I would try to beg for him back, because as women, I'd
Yeah.
always be like,
Yeah.
let's give this another shot.
Because
this and
we
that.
blame ourselves.
Yeah.
They make us feel like we did something wrong, and that's part of their game. It's always
Yeah.
he did
So
something wrong.
when did you finally say enough is enough? Come to the resolution of like, I have to get out of this horrible toxic relationship. This person is disgusting. What's my next move to get me here?
We stopped having sex about like 6 months before. It was Coachella, and then like last year, and then like after that, I couldn't get past everything that I would see, and in turn, like my hurt, because I'm a sensitive Scorpio extremely, but I won't ever show
a
it.
normal human.
That part.
It's
Or
okay
I
to
won't
be
ever
I'm tired of
show
us.
it.
I'm
I
tired
don't
of us
like
being blamed
being
for our stuff.
that.
I'm tired of us
I
being
don't
blamed for
like
our
being
stuff.
vulnerable though. Like I try to
Wrong
be.
with being vulnerable with the person you are literally letting into your body.
That part.
That's true.
You should never
That's very
feel
true.
like there's something wrong with you or you're too emotional. When
Very true.
That is like the most intimate thing you can do, and people want to be like, "Oh, why are you acting like no?"
Yeah.
But we already know he doesn't like communication,
He
so
does- right.
by
Yeah.
default you're like, oh, I don't want to bother you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
making you feel wrong for how you naturally are
Yes.
as a human.
Yeah, and then there was always the saying, either you forgive or you move on. Like, or
Yeah.
you forgive and we move forward. And I'm like, can we talk about it? No, you just forgive and you move
Ooh.
on. And I'm like, why?
No.
Which is
Like,
another
that's
narcissistic
not.
trait.
That's not. So I can't even bring it up. Like I can't get it. I'm sorry or like, hey, let me try to.
He never
fix-"
apologized?
No.
They don't apologize because it makes them feel like, okay, I'm admitting to something, I'm
thought-
exposing something wrong about me, and
It's sad because I feel like going through as many women as I found in the relationship, I almost think in my mind, oh my God, I wish it would have just been one or two or even three. And for me, I'm like, the fact that I'm even excusing
Yeah.
cheating
Yeah.
or rationalizing
Yeah.
a dude cheating on me, or vice versa. If it was the other shoe,
Yeah.
the other, what's that saying?
shoe in the
The
other
other
foot.
shoe on the other
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah.
I would be like,
he would never
he
be
would
like,
never.
oh babe, like
It's
I'm
just-
sorry, it was just one
Yes.
or two guys.
Yeah, it's just it's like the same like
Never.
if you guys have a breakup and a man has a baby on you, a man will stay with you. But if you guys have a breakup and you have a baby, he can't forgive it.
yeah, I feel like
Type
it's
of
always
the double
different if
standard,
the
yeah.
women cheat.
Yeah.
It's always such a different scenario.
Did he at
Yeah.
least make like backwards apologies to make you to simmer you down?
He would do things like I don't know. It was very few and far between. Just I was always appreciative of the small things. So like you do something small for me, I'm like, oh my God, you put that into it. That's so nice. Thank you. But okay. For instance, on my mom's birthday, it was in January. This is like 5 women I've already found on a burner phone alone.
a burner phone.
A burner phone.
Oh.
And he sent me flowers. He sent me flowers and my mom flowers because it was on her birthday, and it said, "Oh, I wanted your eyes to finally be able to see something good. Hope, yeah."
Wow.
I know.
I would have returned to sender.
I was so mad. I was like, "What?
Yeah.
How about an I'm sorry? Like, how about an apology or?"
But the thing about the apologies are they have to be backed up by actions, and
Mezzanine.
typically they're not willing to follow it with work.
Yes.
They're not willing to change again because really in their mind they don't think they're doing anything wrong. They're more so mad that you found out, and they're more so mad at the consequences of what finding out means. Now I got to hear her mouth. Now she might expose me, because it's all about, again, making
No.
they always want to seem like they're perfect.
Yes.
You know,
But there's no
and-
such thing as perfect. Like I hate that word. That, we
Yeah.
always try
I-
to strive
yes.
for perfect. It's okay to be a mess. It's okay
Yeah.
to not have it
Just be honest.
Just be
Yeah.
honest. It's
Yeah.
like I only literally have 3 rules for dating, and it's don't lie to me, don't make me look stupid, and don't ever put me in a situation that people know more about you than me.
Yeah.
And it's literally that simple. I don't care about your past. I don't care about your future. I don't care about what you do for work. Just don't lie to me. As long as you're not doing anything like crazy, like you're hurting people or like doing something like
Yeah.
extremely horribly wrong, then I don't care how you get your money. But
Yeah.
but just be honest.
Yes.
So what do you feel like you've learned moving
Oh my
forward?
God, I've learned
Or are you
so
just like, are you where
Are
Kay
you
is in
still
life where you're like,
healing?
fuck
Oh,
man?
see, I feel like
I'm
I'm
not like fuck men.
I
He
feel
said
like
I'm like fuck men. I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
I'm glad you're saying that because
I love men. I really do.
No, I meant
love
like
men.
you said that you're not like actively
I'm not.
looking for
Yeah,
anything.
exactly. I'm not actively
Yeah.
looking.
But I was just being, hyperbole.
you can't. Let me just say this as well. This is like a huge lesson I learned. You can't get over by getting under. That's
That is
a
true.
saying.
Girl,
You
yes.
will only. Yes,
You'll regret it. You'll-
yes,
yeah.
and
Or
then
have-
you'll start
or have a
feeling
memory.
like, what? Why am I doing or have a memory?
Or then you'll be like, my narcissist was right. I am a hoe.
You're
Hey.
like,
But
fuck
sometimes
this
it's okay to
trash.
be, it's sometimes okay to get
I
drunk
was-
on the stick to get
listen,
over it.
I was-
But just don't let that
It
be your
doesn't-
MO.
no, it doesn't
But
work.
don't let
Just
it.
Drunk on the
It doesn't work at all.
But just don't
Doesn't
stick
work.
to it. Like you have to be able to learn, be wanting to open and learn from it. So
Yes.
what have you been
Learn
doing for
from
your...
what, the dick?
Oh
What
no,
are you
not
talking
that.
about?
I'm talking about her overall process.
Oh, we were talking about getting over it.
He moved out real quick, but yeah.
The whole D situation, I thought we were still on that. I was
Okay.
like, no, it's good. What was the question?
Well, just like what have you learned moving forward?
Yeah,
that
moving
you're
forward.
looking-
Because
I
you don't
learned
want like,
to
don't-
trust my intuition
Yeah.
Yes.
and
Very true.
that it's okay to walk away
Yes,
because I
yes.
feel like we feel that we gotta stay almost
Yes.
or
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
we owe it to them
Yes.
and to all the time invested
Yes.
and then it's like bitch what?
I
like,
put so much time into
Yes.
you and you.
It doesn't.
come-
Time is the one thing you can never get back. So.
Never. And you know what's that is priceless? Your happiness
That
and your
part.
peace. You really can't buy it. Like it's factual. You cannot buy happiness. And I was so depressed. I felt deep into depression for
Yeah.
the longest. And there would just be times where I'm like, why am I even like feeling, I would then question myself because
Yeah.
of all the chaos just around me. And I now looking back at it, the first signs that I saw within the first month of our relationship, I wish I would have just acted on it then.
Yes.
Instead of being like, well, let me keep it going. And I also feel like women almost feel like there's not going to be a lot of love out there for us, or
There will
that
always
we're
be
not going to
some.
meet like
We'll
our
find-
match.
It
That
might
we
take
feel
a while, but
yeah, and now I know
Yeah.
that. Now I know it's gonna
Yeah.
take a while. But
Yeah.
as far as like healing goes, I feel like I'm in both mediums right now where I want to heal. Therapy and counseling
That's
is great,
good.
but then I'm also like, fuck men,
Ooh.
get money, sex. Hello, like my website wants to be like, yes, like this is fuck my zen.
It's like we're searching for the balance.
Yes.
Because it's like we've been taught, and I talk about this a lot on my Instagram, we've been taught from so early, like, get married, have kids,
Yes.
be his
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 everything.
support, his
Yes.
everything. And it's like, we're out here getting money.
Yes.
We are out here being successful. We are out here getting our
Glowing
degrees. We're
inside
having
and out.
fun. We're
Yes.
taking trips. Yes, and we're learning
Mhm.
and we're vibrating higher. Women are learning so much. So
So,
they're
sorry, I was going to say, do you think that's why, like, you both kind of mentioned, like, you were like, I felt like I just had to stay and try and work it out, even though your intuition is telling you, oh, this dude's treating me like shit. But then is it part of that kind of
It's
societal
the mommy,
thing?
It's the mommy
And probably-
instinct. It's the I want to save you instinct.
Mhm.
It's the we don't want to fail.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, it's also, I don't know if you guys had, but I talked about chemistry. Like I had this great chemistry with this person. And I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to get these butterflies with
Yeah.
someone else. I'm not going to like.
Plus, it's like your investment. You're investing in your relationship. You don't want to
Yeah.
pull your funds too early before
Yeah.
it matures.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
He had it all. He gave
Yeah.
me, like when I first met him, it was just he had like this eye contact that
Mhm.
I don't really come across, and it was
Mhm.
just like intriguing.
Yes.
Oh.
But then that
That's
screamed
the thing.
danger.
They're so
that
charming.
was danger.
They're so charming that it draws you in,
Yeah.
and that is every woman you talk to that's dated them, they'll tell you the same thing. I remember one of the girls that my ex dated, he had her so wrapped around the finger that she couldn't call him. He would call her
Wow.
when he was ready.
Oh.
Because he had a situation and she knew and she didn't care, and so she would just literally call, and she was okay with that.
It's weird because I never knew anything about his past relationships. He would never want to talk about them, or there's times
Yeah.
where that'll come up and you're just like, oh my god, you're so like, I don't know. We would just discuss it, and I think it was about 2.5 years, and I'm like, what are the names of like your exes? Like, well, how come I don't
So you
know
can start on
anything?
I would go
You
insane.
wanna start real quick, like-
Every first date I go on, I'm like, all right, so name's Austin.
Ooh,
and then
do you
tell me
have
about your
seconds?
trauma as a child?
Do you have
Right.
second ones? Do you have
Yeah.
second dates?
That
Yeah,
part,
all the
though.
time.
Oh, wow.
The
okay.
trauma
Because you
as
just
a
gotta be honest
child.
up front.
That is no,
That's-
that's very true. That's very important.
It's very important, and having trauma as a child, I didn't experience trauma, and I seen my parents, they were like ride or die, but not just my parents, my family immediately, like their marriages were always dysfunctional as hell, but they stuck it out, and they're still sticking it out. And
Yeah.
my parents, they had a healthy relationship, thank God, but with my sister's relationship, it just, mine and my sisters, we would get into fights or arguments, and we were forced to talk immediately. So that's now how I kind of hold my friendships or my relationships. Like, okay, we just had this huge disagreement or this huge argument. 5 seconds later, why can't we just be okay?
Communicate.
Yeah, why can't we
that's a Scorpio
talk?
trait too, because we always want to communicate. Like, I'd rather address it and move on. Because like, if you don't address things, then you just literally are just making it more, stirring the pot, making you more
resentment
angry,
builds up,
and then like you're getting more frustrated with the situation, and then but you have to be honest and ask the question. So
you know what, I'm not gonna like take anything away from the dude, because like clearly he was satisfying me in so many more ways than one for me to stick around for 4 years. And he also was very like smart, but at the same time I think when it comes to love and people's hearts, I feel like that's a whole different game, and it's not even a game, it's real. You know, people take their lives when it comes to love, and
then I'm pretty sure he always would get you with the way he treated you when you guys were by yourself versus in public.
of course.
And that shit always fucks with everybody.
Period.
Like literally.
I think one thing it's really important for people to understand is like a narcissist needs a host to feed off of constantly. So they will move on quickly to someone else. And when really they should be analyzing what is going on and why they keep doing this to, you know, I keep saying it's men because typically narcissism is ego driven and males tend to have bigger egos, but there are female narcissists. But why people keep doing this to each other, and it's just important to kind of pause and be self-aware and recognize like what's going on and how your traumas as a child are affecting you as an adult and how your relationships are going on. Another thing I think is super important to address is you cannot be friends with your ex-narcissist. You cannot talk to them. The only way to get over them is no contact, period. And they will try to contact your family, your friends, your whatever, because they want some way to always stay in your mind and in your life because they know that's how it reels you in.
It's weird. My ex never would run after me or like call me or try to be like, hey, let's work it out. He would just like go silent. And for me, that was like, why can't you just tell me like you don't want to be with me, or why can't you just end it like a normal person? Why do you gotta disappear? So I always found myself looking for him. Yeah, it was the strangest dynamic because he knew exactly how to pull my strings.
And you kind of like it you kind of like it in some way, shape, or form. I feel like we tolerate, we stick out with situations that we like, even if it is toxic. We somewhat like some part about it. So maybe you did like the chase. Maybe you did like a little bit of that because for you to stick through for so long.
Well, something in you was probably like, damn, why is he not trying to get me back?
That's what I would always think that. Yes, I'm like, no.
You fucked up and you're not trying to get me back.
Yes.
Because they think they're so special and they tell themselves in their head that like we're the ones who were wrong.
That's one thing I admire about a good narcissist is what they're able to tell themselves in their head.
They
like,
believe that shit.
When did this happen? Like, how, what?
Because
that is incredible.
You go from being like adored and they fucking adore the shit out of you and you're so great.
Yes.
So like now you're a fucking hoe, bitch, whatever. Like,
yes.
That escalated.
You
quickly.
play it wrong.
Yes.
It's real though. That's our relationship.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
That was real.
Yes.
I felt that pain.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. So how do you feel now after how do you move forward? How are you healing? What are the things that...
Finding real love within yourself. I know it is
It's
so
corny as fuck, but
cliche.
it's so true.
Oh
It's
my
true.
God. But you gotta really wake up in the morning and be about your fucking life, about your heart, and about just who you see in the mirror every single day. Because ultimately, I think I was definitely always looking for him to validate me or tell me like, oh, I looked pretty and oh this, and I remember always asking him like, do I look pretty? Like, can you tell me? He's like, you hear it from other people, like you don't even hear it from me.
Girl!
And I'm like, but nobody else matters. Shoot,
Were you?
no.
Did you finish the
Oh
list?
my God,
I
shit.
was a Virgo, so no.
Oh my
but
God.
It's literally the same
Yes.
person.
It's that whole excuse was real, and I'm like, but nobody else matters. Like, I don't.
That's
care.
what I would tell him.
Like, you're the only compliment.
Yeah, that I care about.
Yes,
Girl.
Yes. And now you gotta really look in the mirror though and be like, bitch, you bad.
Yes.
Like, bitch,
Yes.
you look beautiful.
Yes.
Like all that cheesy stuff you see on
it really does work,
YouTube
though.
or like on those, TED
TD
Talks.
TED Talks.
TED Talks.
Yes.
TED
Yes.
Talks. You gotta be about that life.
And those are important. I watch those too.
Yes.
The YouTubes, like the inspirational stuff.
Motivational quotes help.
Every day, it's a fight. Like she
really
said, she was depressed. I was depressed. Like you have to get out of that. You have to climb your way
Yes.
out, and you can't take a day off.
Yeah, you
because
can't.
You're fighting for your life and your heart back because they will make you feel so crazy.
I always was like, I'm gonna expose you on Instagram. Like, I want to put out all your emails. I can't believe it. I'm blocking you. I'm gonna like. I had my cousins working at his phone company at that time, and I was like,
Do they still work at
no,
the phone?
I know they do. But my cousin, God bless his soul, he's the one who talked me out of it. He's like, listen, I can't.
Girl, that's a
He's
that's
like,
a crime.
I could do that. I know. God, he's a crime. He's like, well, no, because I had opened his second phone for him, so I was under that one at the time. My name was on the
I
line.
feel like we were dating the same guy.
My name was on the line. My name was
He
on
was
there.
on my line.
Oh
too.
my gosh.
And that's how I
I think
found
it's
out.
interesting,
Oh,
Trey.
yeah,
I
second
feel like,
line
wait,
under my
does
name.
anyone else have that kind of story? Because I have like 2 of those stories too.
Were you
It's
open to
real.
line?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
I-
real.
It's a real thing.
Look at Austin. He's
It's like,
I'm
you
no,
guys
I'm
are
just like,
crazy.
I'm
Wait,
literally
Wow.
like,
have you been a live person the line has been open for?
no, fuck
Okay.
no.
You've
I'm
never
my
been
own
on
shit.
the
But
girls'
also,
line.
like, I've
You've
no,
never been
fuck
on.
no.
What about your ex-wife? Were you
Well,
guys on the same
Yeah,
line?
we were on the same. We were married.
Then I'm
They're
sure
married.
she went through your fucking call logs.
Nah,
So-
she wasn't that type.
Oh.
Well,
Wow.
bitch, I'm that type.
No, I just mean like technologically, she wasn't really that type. You know?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
well.
I don't ask for
She
a
might have, I don't
lot.
know.
My thing is, I'm trying to give you a lot. Like, I'm not asking for a lot, but I want to give you a lot. So my thing is, my time, I show it by doing things. So,
Yeah.
because I'm bad with words. But yeah, so I'm gonna. So I called him and he's like, listen, you gotta take this L and just deal with it. Deal with what happened and this and that. And I'm like, but I want the call logs. I want to call all these bitches out there. I'm sorry, ladies.
It won't
if you do
matter
access, they're not
because
bitches.
they're not bitches.
Sorry, they're not bitches.
Unless
And
they
it's-
knew, then they
it
trifling.
won't matter because they'll just go find a whole new set of bitches.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole new roster. It's so easy for
all
them.
the women I spoke to, they're actually all very pleasant young
The bitches
ladies.
I spoke to were
Oh,
bitches.
They were all very pleasant. They were so nice, but
Nasty.
one thing I don't like is are girls who go straight to the guy instead of like addressing.
Yes.
But I also had fake accounts writing me, and I really think it was like
I did
his
too.
friends or whatever
Really?
trying to
He
tell
was
me
messy with
things.
that and had people involved.
It
in
was really weird.
I had fake accounts writing me.
He wanted me to stop talking to his like new crew that he was around for work because he thought one of them had something to do with.
Did you nail like a chip off the block of what he used to do, like similar to what
What do you mean?
like what was his career? Like what did he
No.
do? You don't know at all still.
I just always knew he was a designer, graphic designer, and that was it. That was all. I
Oh,
knew.
don't they say that graphic designers are like the
Serial killers?
no,
hoes
like
of
that's
the-
like a name for like, okay, I'm a scammer or a drug dealer. Or
Ooh,
like, that's
I
like
didn't
the
know
job
that.
profession that they use. They say like, oh, I design.
Yeah,
I'm a
because
graphic
from
designer.
your story,
Really.
I got he was an escort, he's a drug
From
dealer.
your story.
Like he was the kingpin and selling the stick on the side. Like that's what I got from that
no
story.
idea what he was, honestly.
And he got a bunch of clients that he liked to keep well.
But you know what?
entertained.
You're better off, and
Yeah.
you've learned a lot. And I mean, you're still fucking bomb. You're gorgeous, an amazing person, and I feel like this caused you to dive deeper into yourself and just learn who you are.
How did you learn from yourself about the whole process?
That you can't forget who you are in a
Yeah.
relationship
Yeah,
because
you leave yourself alone.
I was really forgetting who the fuck I was, and I was like,
Yeah, same. Yep.
what? Like, this is so weird. I've never been this type of bitch before, ever.
Yeah.
And I was, so.
But you know what? You fell down to get back up to come back even harder. And guess
Yes.
what? So our horoscope was saying that we're supposed to fall in love in the next couple months. I don't want it, but it's saying it's coming.
No.
Bitch, it's coming. So
No.
Right? I was like,
Maybe you're gonna fall in love with yourself.
that part.
Yeah,
That's already.
yeah.
I'm already there, but yeah, I feel you on that one too.
Yes.
So thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with us.
Yeah.
This was like just so important.
I love
Can I tell you, you're a whole movement now. Like, you've already bossed up the whole organic hair care,
Thank
beauty
you.
care world. But this, I would look forward to waking up to being like, okay, what are these powerful messages are that she's posting, or video links? Because they were really utilized in my whole transition of leaving and just healing. So thank
thanks,
you.
babe.
No, thank
so
you.
much.
We love you. We hope you heal.
Yes, that was true. Yes, that's perfect. That was so good. That was so
Hey, that's her
good.
line, man.
Yes.
You know what she's
So
thinking.
tell them where they can follow you. And
Yes, at Hi Abby De La Rosa. I never talk about my. Do I ever really talk about or put it out there? No.
She got, guys, she's on the radio, okay? She's on
I do
one
radio.
of the #1 radio stations.
Yes,
in LA.
that part. Yes, that part. But I don't ever talk about my personal life, so this is actually super comforting.
Yes.
Also, and it's good. Don't
we
be
would
ashamed
love
of
to
your
have
story.
you back. Like,
Thank you.
you're-
I'm back. I'm
Yes.
back. Let's do it.
Yes.
Make sure you
Let's do
guys
it.
follow her on
Follow me.
Instagram. Definitely listen to her on the radio.
Yes.
Yes.
And leave us some comments and questions in the comment box.
They're gonna be like, this girl didn't know what he did.
Girl, I'm just saying, like,
What?
We're gonna blast this.
I mean,
everywhere.
listen, we have to go through stuff to learn it, you know?
Yes.
Like, so now you have all these red flags that for the next relationship, you're like, oh, no.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even care if you're a professional not a street walker, but like, you know, like the stop walker people. Like, I don't care if that's your job. Like, just let me know next time.
I mean,
Slide in her
slide my
DMs.
DM. Just
Only if you're a
Just,
good one.
you're going to get so many
Yeah.
DMs, the guy's like, hey, my name is whatever, and this is my profession.
I
work
hope
here."
so though, because that
Can
would
you help me with
literally-
my mixtape?
That would. That's a whole
Put me on the
other
radio.
world. Jesus.
Guys, don't hit her about no
Don't
mixtape.
hit me.
Okay.
unless it's fire. I'm just
Unless
kidding.
it's fire. Yeah, exactly. Like fire.
All right. Well, we love you guys, and we hope you heal.
Yes.